Fatman, you think keyboard and mouse support will be on PS4 Valorant? That's a very good question, JJar10. I hope I spelled your name right. But in my honest opinion, this is actually a huge issue, right? Because, for example, check out Fortnite. Fortnite had like a keyboard support, and look what happened. Like, everyone was wrecking and dominating. It was like so easy to actually win in Fortnite when they had a keyboard support, right? You even had an aim assist for using a mouse and keyboard. So I think they can actually work it out, and like, there's a pretty high chance they can actually disable it on some way, because Valorant is trying to do is make the game fair for everyone, and like a keyboard and a mouse would be unfair in consoles. Why, in my opinion? Because, well, imagine you playing with a controller against someone on a keyboard and a mouse. Like, it's pretty much, in my opinion, the worst case scenario that could happen. So what happens is you play against like 5 controllers, and then there's this guy with a keyboard. Of course you're gonna lose, and you're gonna be like solid as fuck, and then the players are gonna drop down. Now, Valorant on consoles and mobile is a possibility, and the developers indicated that they focused on the PC version of the game. So what they're basically trying to do right now is focus on actually improving the game on the PC. Like, it's a beta right now, so of course it won't work, but at least for now, understandably, this is a bit of a letdown for console gamers. A game that is currently riding the hype train, just let me close this in, but all they can do is watch and yearn for it. So I definitely feel for console players out there. I think they could add a cross-platform. Okay, so my issues on cross-platform is basically cross-platform is a huge disadvantage. Let me just close. We left out that cross-platform. The thing with cross-platform is the keyboard and controller issue. That's the biggest point in Valorant right now. The keyboard and controller issue is such a huge issue right now, and Valorant is working out to actually improving that. The thing is, there's not... You mean, or something like skill-based matchmaking? Well, what do you mean by that? They'll definitely add skill-based matchmaking to the PC, but they won't actually add any other features just yet. So in 2021, they'll definitely be working on a console. So Valorant on consoles and mobile a possibility. The developers indicated that they're focused on the PC version of the game, at least for now. Understandably, this is a bit of a letdown for console gamers. I definitely agree with that. A game that is currently riding the hype train, but all it can do... Okay, so as we said, talking to Express Online game director of Valorant, Joe Ziegler gave other platforms a little hope. While we are exploring other platforms like console and mobile right now, the team is working hard to deliver a top-notch experience for PC. So that's what they basically said, right? The thing is, this is not true. There's a lot of players right out there wanting mobile or PS4. So for example, they want to play on the PS4, right? Of course, they're not gonna say, oh, we're working on PS4, because the hype is just too damn huge right now for console. And if they announce like the PS4 right now and it's gonna be out in a year, that's what happens. There's not gonna be any issues at all. Like, if they release a console now, it will be broken. But if they release it, in example, a year, when they can focus on the actual game, it will work pretty good. Because a lot of people that play on the keyboard and mouse on PS4 would like to play on PC, but they wouldn't be able to afford it. Okay, yeah, I can agree with you on that. The PC and keyboard and mouse on the PS4 is like a huge issue. On one hand, if you're playing on a PS4 with a keyboard and mouse, the players had advantage. And they said there will be no console assist, which I can aim assist, sorry, which I can definitely agree with that, you know. No aim assist. Like, Rainbow Six Siege is doing pretty well without aim assist on consoles. But the next thing is like a keyboard and mouse on and against a controller. Who do you think wins? The only thing that's like super cool on a controller is possibly the abilities. And if Valorant comes out with mouse and keyboard support, shouldn't keyboard play against keyboard? That's a good idea. Yeah, that's a good question. The thing, however, with mouse and keyboard is that most of these like players just play on a controller, right, on PS4. Most people who play on the actual PlayStation don't even have a keyboard for PlayStation. They just have a controller. First and foremost, on a team's mind making a complete success on PC, you cannot challenge a game of CSGO's repute without giving your best shot at it all. As we built Valorant, there are a lot of wild and clever creative ideas we thought about bringing to life, such as they're bringing the new agents I made a video about, but in many cases the ideas became constraints that would alter the gameplay, or the ideas themselves would be conceptually hard to grasp without material we didn't support in the game. I think our biggest takeaway through all this was quite simple lesson: no matter what, we find the right idea for your size, blah blah blah. Okay, so I wanted to pull up actually what other people think of this. There's like a lot of this like drama going on if Valorant should be on consoles, and I do definitely see this a point. Like, Valorant needs to be a console, period. I just have to pour myself a little more drink. This will be enjoying. Well, I drank a liter and a half of this, so I'm definitely ready. Let's see here. It would probably have very unpopular. Okay, let's just read it from the beginning. Now, I understand the title may sound a bit rude. Well, entitled blah blah blah. PC already has so many alternatives, and literally the only thing this game has been going for is that it's made by Riot. Blah blah blah. This is a process of a troll post. It would probably be very unpopular on console since Valorant plays like CS and mechanics are designed for PC. These mechanics would be unfair to console players, having to stop in order to be accurate. No. I'm gonna explain that why that's totally fake. Counter strafing, recoil patterns, acceleration, being hit, being slowed. What? Okay, I think they should add a keyboard and a mouse support on console, but not let them play with the controller players, because they're. Oh yeah, but imagine the server time, like waiting time when you have you can only play against keyboard and controller people, like only 100 in the lobby. What's the best hero? Well, it was Raze, but it was nerfed. Let me just finish this. I'll get right back to it. A lot of people love playing FPS, TPS games on keyboard, so the Rails should add it. Thing is, if they add a different server for mouse and keyboard on console, like Riot is just expecting them to actually add the, if you're gonna be playing on the keyboard and console, to just be playing on the PC, right? So I can't see that. Is there a confirmed date for the release of Valorant on console? Well, no, but on the other hand, yes. While it's not confirmed, it's pretty much, if you watch the stream, it's pretty much a guarantee that it's gonna be on the console. Okay, going back, counter strafing, recoil patterns, acceleration, being hit, being slowed. For brand new console players that come from games like Rainbow Six Siege, Battlefield, COD, and Apex, this game would feel like an inherent piece of garbage. That would probably quit before putting 50 hours doing basic adjustments. Even after adjustments, you would be nowhere near optimal gameplay. That would put crossplay between consoles and PC out of the table. Yeah, no crossplay. RIP. So yeah, even if you want the game to come on console, I agree you would dislike it simply because not being it made. I hear we need to watch it with minimal. Yeah, that's true. You can't watch it on mute. It won't work on mute. But anything else, it will basically work. So no mute, and everything else is basically great. Just don't have it on mute. That's the only thing. You can watch it on any sensitivity, anything like that. Pretty cool. Don't see how these mechanics are unfamiliar to only console players, who most of them apply only to CS. These mechanics are unfamiliar to most PC players as well. For real, had a friend of mine got mad when I explained the Valorant mechanics could be like CS, he comes from COD. Yeah, this could be an issue, to be honest. Like, I definitely think there is a slight issue in this. could be some potential aspects where I guess it could happen that it's not gonna work well. So I'm definitely crossing my fingers to actually, you know, it coming to console, and I definitely think it will at some point, without a doubt. Like, this game is getting huge. It's getting a lot of hype, a lot of traction, and I don't see why it wouldn't work. Hopefully people will actually see that it's doing pretty good. Valorant should actually check it out and decide to release it at some point.